Hi, everyone. My name is TJ Gilles, and I'm the sales executive here at Gilles Smith Purdom Insurance Agency. And I'm here to give you a little bit of a rundown on auto insurance and what limits the state requires you to hold. We are based out of Columbus, Ohio, so I'll be basing the coverages and the state requirements based off of that of Ohio. So if you're in another state, make sure you check with your state's rules. So let's start with what the state of Ohio requires you to carry. And that would be minimum liability limits of 25,000, 50,000. Sometimes you'll see it as 2550. So that's $25,000 in liability limit for each person involved in the accident and $50,000 for the accident as a whole. These are liability limits for bodily injury. So liability provides coverage if you're found legally liable, meaning that the accident was your fault. But what do those limits mean? The first number, 25,000, is the amount of bodily injury coverage that you would have per person involved in the accident. 50 yen is for the total accident. Now you'll be thinking $25,000 is a decent amount of coverage for bodily injury, but let's take a look at it. What if it's a serious accident? How many people were in the vehicle? Maybe an ambulance has to come. What if they have an injury that requires surgery? And remember, this accident you're held legally liable for, so you're responsible for all medical bills and resulting damages. So to try to put it in a situational context, you cause an accident, the other party breaks their leg. Nothing too serious, but there is an injury. They're taken to the hospital in an ambulance, and let's say the ambulance trip costs $1,500. The average cost to repair a broken leg in Ohio is between $17,000 and $35,000. If you have state minimum limits, you only have $25,000 in coverage. So that alone could already put you $10,000 in the hole. And just remember, you're personally liable for the rest of the costs that your insurance does not cover. So what if it's even more serious? What if it happens that the person is no longer able to work? Maybe they're disabled for the rest of their life. Is your insurance going to cover lost income and any kind of damages that are owed to them? If you have state minimum limits at $25,000, it's not going to be enough. There are options though, and there is hope. You can increase your liability coverages and even add an umbrella over that. Typically, an umbrella will give you an additional $1 million in coverage. Now, there's also a lot of other coverages that go along with an auto policy, like comprehensive and collision or full coverage. Comprehensive gives you coverages for anything that's not driving related, so that's weather, theft, vandalism, whereas collision, as I'm sure you've guessed it, gives you coverage for any kind of accident, even if the accident is your fault. You can also add a bunch of other coverages. There's roadside assistance, rental coverage, accident forgiveness, coverage for your belongings. Even for you fur mom and dads out there, there's coverage for your pets. So if any of these are interesting to you, or if you want to know if you have these coverages on your current policy, please feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email. Our contact info will be at the bottom. So we'd love to talk to you and see if we can help.